Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip Equipment, and what we have for sale here today is a Kawasaki 65Z. The serial number of this machine is 65C like Charlie 4-538. I'm going to leave that last digit blank. If you buy this tractor from me or some of the others we have for sale, we have some more loaders over here, some excavators, some backhoes, telehandlers, mini excavators. Point is, if you buy any one of these tractors from me, you're going to be dealing with Per Provencio. He's my right-hand man. He's the guy running the camera. Price on a new machine like this these days is probably $215,000, $220,000. As far as manufacturers go, Kawasaki is ubiquitous out there. They really reliable machines. They got Cummins engines, and they're great machines. This machine weighs 24,000 pounds. The widest point is that without the bucket is 7 foot 10 inches, and with the bucket it's 8 foot 1 inch. Highest point is the top of that cab at 10 foot 6 inches. Transportation length from the end of that counterweight to the front of the cutting edge is 24 feet. Comparable machines are like a Cat 926, maybe a Komatsu WA250, a Volvo L60, or a John Deere 524. As far as the history of this machine goes, this machine, like almost every machine we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine. I say that because you can see where the rainwaters come off and the paints come off and the rainwaters kind of got into it, but this machine in no way, shape, or form is rust pervasive. We're 300 miles from the ocean, far enough south that the only salt we see is the salt on our kitchen table, so salt's a bad thing when it comes to equipment. This particular machine had an excellent maintenance program. Rivaled some of the best I've seen. We've been happy, the people we bought this from, we've been happy with all the machines we purchased. And it should be said that before I purchase any machine, I have a couple of mechanics go out and inspect it. They say everything's okay with the machine, then I send Per Provencio to go out and inspect it. And if he says everything's okay with the machine, then I personally go out and I inspect it before I write a check. So as far as options go, this machine obviously has a quick coupler. It has a set of forks, but those forks are sold separately. All loaders are inherently four-wheel drive. This machine has got it doesn't have a battery disconnect, or does it?
No, this one does not.
It does not. It doesn't need one. We haven't had any trouble starting it. AC blows cold, heat works. I don't think what else. This engine, as you can see, is a Cummins engine. It's turbocharged, intercooled, 6 BTA. It's got a net horsepower of 134. This machine has got a 58-gallon tank, which will run you 12 to as many as 16 hours of operation, depending on your what you're doing. All the fluid levels on this machine are where they should be. There's no leaks. It's mechanically sound. Everything works. Top speed is 23 miles an hour in forward and reverse. These tires are 20.5 25s. They're all in good shape, probably about 85% or better. The hydraulics are strong. There's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. Show them up front. All of the pins and the bushings are relatively tight. There's no deflection or any kind of problem in that kingpin area. Those two kingpins. Let's see here. This machine, we have this machine you can put forks on it. These are 4-foot and 5-foot forks. We have another set over there, so whatever's left over, you know, is what it is. So, anything else, Cliff?
It's a good loader. AC works. That's a good loader.
We're gonna run
Cummins
it in the next
engine.
clip. This little latch kind of broke off, but we're gonna run it as it is, and we'll fix it later. It's just a little magnetic latch that sticks. So we're gonna run this loader in the next clip. Bumpy road right there. You can't see it from here, but there's a lot of potholes right there. Just trying to avoid them. want to show them the inside of the cab?
Okay, so you got your usual controls, your lights, hazards. Your forward and reverse, your shifts from first, second, third to automatic. There is a fourth gear. You only reach in automatic. Down here is your parking brake. Off to the right, you have your joystick that controls the bucket. And your AC blows cold, ice cold, blows hot. And,
AC works, blows cold.
Your coupler's over here just below the two light switches.
Okay, show them how to do that.
What you do is you curve the bucket all the way back and you hit this switch. That will disengage the pins. Once it pulls back all the way, the bucket curls all the way. Then you flip that switch back over and repeat that same motion. Pull the bucket all the way back and it will close the pins.
Okay, let's see the seat real quick. Seat's in good shape. Pretty much it. Okay, so a lot of times people will ask me about the interchangeability of a JRB coupling system. Like here we have forks and a bucket. You can get sweepers, you can get all kinds of attachments with JRB. Now the answer to that question is usually yes and no. Now it depends on the size of the machine. In this case here, we've got this Kawasaki here weighs about 29,000 pounds. Okay? This is a coupler and a bucket for that Kawasaki. This right here is for a John Deere 544K, which also weighs about 29,000 pounds. That fork set right there is for that JCB 436, which weighs about 35 to 37,000 pounds, depending on how you have it equipped. So the point that I'm trying to make here, and I'm going to make this video for illustrative purposes, is that from the coupler face forward, what you want to measure is the distance between these ear groupings here. And I'm going to show you how they're interchangeable. Like I say, this is for a 544K, and this is for a 70. That's the bucket to that loader. We've also got a set of forks for it somewhere. So if you look right here, the ear grouping is at roughly 28 inches. Now, if you look right there, see that is going to line up right there. Now here again, from the coupler face forward, JRB is pretty consistent, but from the coupler face back, they're not interchangeable. It's according to make and model. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you measure this right here, you've got 28 inches. So even though these are from completely different makes and different models, this would be like a WA200, a WA250, a WA270 Komatsu, a John Deere 544, a 524. That's like a Kawasaki 60Z. Or a 70Z. The point that I'm trying to make is that the weight class of the loader, you can interchange the attachments from JCB. You can't interchange the couplers themselves, but the attachments you can interchange. So we're going to show you on this one over here. This is 36 inches, so it's not going to line up because this is a different weight class machine. So just for illustrative purposes, we know it's not going to work. You can see these are your grab points here for those hooks, it's not going to work. So the point that I'm trying to make is that when you buy a JRB coupling system, which is also Pemberton, JRB bought Pemberton now, they're the best coupler out there. There's no better coupler. Caterpillar brags about theirs. John Deere, Volvo, Hitachi, JCB, all of the major manufacturers usually go with a JRB coupling system because they're the best out there. So the point that I'm trying to make is that attachments for this bucket or for this coupler, as long as you're measuring between these ear groupings right here, are typically okay. Now you want to take some other measurements just to be sure, but I'm telling you, just as a general rule of thumb, they're typically okay. I don't want to get in trouble for saying that and somebody comes up with some kind of fluke where it doesn't work. But most of the time, if you measure, just take that quick measurement right there and you got a JRB quick coupling system. You can probably interchange various attachments. Have a good day.